Hi everyone, this is Tanya here with the Memory Lane Keepsakes, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I wanted to share a project that I am working on that I have pretty much completed for a challenge that is by Julie over at Paper Play with Julie K. She is having a challenge over at her channel where you use up your scraps and to make different items that she's requested. One being a memory Dex card, and some of the other ones being ATCs, as well as some embellishments if you choose to do that. I will place a link at the bottom of this video so that way you guys can head over and check out her challenge and see some of the other talented ladies who have participated in her challenge. I decided to do ATC cards as well as a memory Dex card. So she will have more details over there, so that's why I will place a link at the bottom of this video so that way you guys can check her out for more details. I wanted to share with you what I pretty much did. So basically these are my scraps right here, and it was, I'll be honest with you, it was really challenging trying to use up all my scraps, and this is what I do have left. But here's the thing, these are still not wasted. One of the cool things about it is some of these scraps that I have here, a lot of them were used in previous projects, and I can show that to you now and show you how. One right here, for example, this had already been used for one of my daughter's projects. As you can see, this one right here was actually a fox. And on my project that I'm sending in for Julie, I did not use a fox on there. So this was already pre-cut and everything for one of her school projects that she had. As you see, I've also cut the word believe and hope in there as well. But the cool thing about these scraps that are left over, because the challenge is no scraps left behind, but these scraps are still going to be used. These can be used as stencils. So that's one of the cool things about having these different cuts on your paper. You can use it as a stencil as well, as many times as you would choose to do so. You'll hold it down with your washi tape and use it with your distress inks or what other ink that you choose to have. This one right here was cut with the word hello, and I actually cut the box out with this one right here. You guys will remember the box that I cut out using this paper when I did this project here, as you can see. So that was the same paper that you see the cutout. And then I also used this one right here. I had some paper left over from another project I had did where I just pretty much cut out some more butterflies. The word smile from this little scrap paper here. You've guys seen this paper here that I've used before, and I just used some of that to cut out some of the words. And I love having these to be able to use for stencils. And here we got some dragonflies. And then I use this paper right here to cut out the word hello, dream, and some dragonflies on here. So I basically just went through all my scraps and just used everything I can pretty much find. And this was done for a project I did for a gift basket where I actually cut out a shield for a gift basket using this glitter paper here. And I had a little bit left over, so I decided to cut out the word Mr. when I had showed that in a demo video when I showed you guys my punches from Hobby Lobby. And then I cut out some words of hello that I did use on the project that I am sending in to Julie. And this is all I have of this. And I have really been trying to hoard this and hang on to it as much as I can because I only had one sheet of it. But it was just so beautiful, and I just had to use it on Julie's project. But these are like pretty much what I do with my scraps. I just have a bag full of scraps, and then I just go through them and I just cut from it whatever little scraps I have, and I try to hang on to it, because you can also take the little end pieces here and cut those off, and those can be like little corner pieces for your projects, and you're going to see some of that work on my projects as well. So now I want to showcase my ATCs to show you guys what I pretty much designed. So what I did is I did this one here. This is one where I use my did my ATC card using this background paper here, and that was this one. As you can see, where the butterflies are all cut out on that, it was previously used, so I used what I had left for that. And then I went back with some coordinating paper, and I don't have any more of that. I used all of that up, and then I used some flat back dots right here, and I cut out the word hello using that glitter paper that I just showed you. And then I decided to also do the same thing here with this one. And I love this paper. I wish I had more of it. I think I might have one full sheet left, but the challenge was to use your scraps, and that's what I did. But I can't use new paper. You have to use what you already had existing in future past projects. So this is pretty much what I designed on that. For that one, that's two of my ATCs. My next set of ATCs is this right here, where I use the party paper. And as you can see, this is how the two ATCs turned out. And I try to do like a play off of each paper when I did my ATC off the different prints. And then I kept mine pretty clean and simple because that is my style. So I chose to die cut the different words. This one right here is believe on here. But I did it with that coordinating background paper. And then I also chose to cut out some circles using the paper as well. And then I went back and added some my favorite color rhinestones, which is that fuchsia color there. So that's how these were designed. Next up, I have this one here, which as you see, I only have a little bit of this on here as a corner to play off of this one here. And I chose to cut the word dream. And I used some of my triangle flat back dots for those to be able to add some embellishments to it, playing off to keep the theme kind of the same with the papers. And as you see, I have a lot of different patterns left, but that's when you have a lot of scraps left over, that's going to happen. So that's basically why I chose to use a variety of different scraps that I had left over to create my project. And this one here is one of my favorites. I love this print right here with the butterflies in the background. And as you see how I played off of that there, I chose to cut out the word hope in two different colors, this cream here, as well as this beautiful light green, which is like a mint green. And then I chose to go back and cut some butterflies at the bottom and add some embellishments to that with the beautiful print butterfly background. And in doing so, to keep this one kind of consistent with the other one, I chose to go back and use some of the paper that I had, and I cut out some of the butterflies to kind of make it all work together by cutting the word hope and using a trim of that paper in addition to that. So that's how those two ATCs turned out. And then I also add some bling to the different butterflies as well. Next up, I have these two ATCs right here that I designed. These here I use my dragonflies, and then I also use some camera flat back stickers that I had. And then I chose to play off the color with the orange to give it a pop, and different colors bringing it out from that pattern. As you see, some of the yellow and some of that mint green. And then smile, to me, I like that because that's why I added the cameras on there, because usually when you have a camera in front of you, most people smile. So there you go. That's how those coordinate together. And then on the back of all my cards, I did place my information. So I stamped my information. I put MLK standing for Memory Lane Keepsakes, aka me, Tanya. And I also put the year I designed all my ATC cards. So that's how all my ATC cards were designed. And I will give you guys a quick view so you guys can kind of see that a little bit. So that's how those were all done there. All right, and now next up for my memory Dex card. So this is my memory Dex card. Now I'm so pleased the way it turned out. I chose to do my memory Dex card similar to some of the inspiration that I got from my ATCs, and this is my memory Dex. I absolutely love that print like I've mentioned earlier. And what I've done here is I cut out the word dream again in another color, and I cut out the word hope, and I did hope twice actually. I cut it out in the a tan off-white paper, as well as the same print that you see in this background. And I didn't want it to hide too much and blend in like a camouflage look, so that's why I chose to back it up with that other color. Then I cut out the word believe, and then I added some different rhinestones around the whole different memory Dex card here, as well as I popped up my butterflies. I cut my butterflies out 8 times. I put them back here as the same print, and then I propped them up and lifted up the wings to give it some type of dimension, because she wanted some layers on your different projects, so that's why I put those on there. And on the back I have my information, but I cut the other two butterflies to pretty much show you guys what I have there. So that's what you see here. And that's how my memory Dex card was designed. And I love it because it coordinates so well with the ATCs that you see here. So this one and this one, it works together as a set. Look how cute that is. I absolutely love that. And that wasn't, I really didn't even plan that. I just took the inspiration from one of my ATCs and pretty much designed my memory Dex card based off of what I've already had in front of me. And I was inspired to definitely try to use up my scraps as much as possible. So this challenge was a really fun one. And I encourage you guys to try to do the same. And then also, I also challenged myself in another way too that was not part of her part of Julie's challenge. I chose to not stamp this time or emboss, which is a first for me. And I was so excited that I was able to meet that challenge and that goal on my own, because that's one of my favorite things to do. But I also love inspirational words like dream, hope, believe. And, you know, it's always really nice to speak to people and say hello. And so those different things there was where my inspiration came from to design my entries here. And then I also made her a card right here, and it says hello on the front right here, and I put her name, says Paper Play with Julie K, and I'm also gifting her one of my paper clips that said hello that I found at Hobby Lobby. And then inside of this, I'm gonna keep the note private so she can read that later. Inside of this, I've enclosed my business card so that way she knows what I do for a living. But also, she's asking you to go ahead and put your prize choices, list them 1 through 6 with your name and your YouTube name. So that way she can choose, if your name is selected as one of the 6 winners, you can already have your prize in order from the way you choose to have it based on what's going to be remaining. So that was pretty cool. So I chose to decorate my card this way. As you see, I played off the paper, and then I also made a little card similar to that. So that's my entries, guys. Again, I will place the link at the bottom for Julie's challenge. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This is Tanya with Memory Lane Keepsakes, and I hope you were as inspired to create your own ATC cards as well as a Memory Dex card. And I also want to point out too, guys, I don't even have a Memory Dex die or Memory Dex punch. I have to use my Cricut, which I'm totally fine with that. But to get one of those punches would be really awesome to kind of help me out a little bit. But again, thank you guys again for joining me, and I do appreciate you guys watching. And also subscribe to me if this is your first time watching my video and you want to stick around. I hope you choose to. And give me a thumbs up for my video, as well as click the bell for notification. Have an awesome crafty day and continue to be blessed. Bye-bye.